Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFWell Inspirations for Your Life. It is, yes, a Monday evening just before we hit to Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll get that all wrapped up before midnight. But welcome to IFWell. It's so great to have you here. If you're new to IFWell, grab your phone and just launch your camera app, point over to that QR code like so, touch the yellow ellipse, and you'll see my link tree. The very top thing you'll see is listen to IFYL on WDLB live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern to 7 a.m. Eastern, and Tuesday and Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern to 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check that out. Lots of great information, and got some surprises that I will share with you. Can't reveal them just yet, but there are some things. So for those of you that are in New Jersey, definitely keep your ear and your eyes to the program, because some things are coming that I think will really surprise you, and you'll be very happy with. So definitely keep an eye on that. And so I want to thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you. And if you're coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates. I really do appreciate you being here. And if you're coming back, watching us on the replay, whether that's 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or maybe even 6 p.m. at night, really great to have you here. Thank you so very much for being here. It means a lot to me that you're drinking the Kool-Aid that I'm sharing with you guys. So we are on Understanding the Magic of Believing. We're on series 2, which is year 2. Basically, show number 3, episode 3. So that's series 2 for year 2. We are on show 3, and we're on episode number 3. All right. You know how we do this every week. We start on a master topic. We start on a Saturday, we roll the way through the week, and we finish up on a Friday. So we are talking about understanding the magic of believing. Now, that is interesting, right? So no one really knows what this stuff is, right? But it's really our subconscious, and it runs over 97.5% of our body, our actions, and what we do every day. So what is it that appeals to people when we talk about mind stuff? Thoughts attract things. I'll say this again. Our energy is going to flow where our thoughts go. Our energy is going to flow where our thoughts go. So that's really pretty cool. All right. And so when we think about, what's going on in our lives, and understanding believing, it's not hard, but we do have to make a little effort. So when we think a little bit about our subconscious, a lot of people feel they don't have any power to change it, but that's wrong. The conscious mind is the source of our thought. And in conveying this, you need the subconscious to be able to make powerful changes. We've said that you basically propel things to come towards you in beta, and at alpha, you actually attract them to come to you. So for the next thing I want to share with you is you must be very patient while the subconscious is assimilating the elements of your problem and then goes about its own way to work it out for you. And the subconscious always does that for you all the time. Now, you have to believe you can do it before it'll happen. Getting back to Henry Ford. If we believe we can, we're right. And if we believe we can't, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are also right. Now, that sounds interesting, doesn't it? What is it, ladies and gentlemen, that you believe will make you achieve in your life? I think a lot of people get stuck on certain things in their life. They get stuck on certain things in their life. And when they get stuck, this is when people have challenges. Now, getting stuck is not a bad thing, because when you get stuck, you realize that you have to make some changes in your life, some alterations. And these alterations are really what's going to empower you to go forward in your life. That's right. I said forward in your life. Now, understanding, believing, and achieving, right? You see, a lot of people say to me, John, I've tried this, but you know, it doesn't quite work. And so, whatever happens, you believe that it's going to be a certain way when really it isn't. And why is this? It's because you as a person believe, but you really don't. Does that make sense? It's like part of you believes what's going on, the other part doesn't. What does that mean to you? I think what it means to you is that life can be very, very different. Life can be different. And when life is different, we make choices in our life. But you see, it doesn't happen immediately. It doesn't happen immediately. Why? Because our brain is so busy trying to figure out, is this going to happen? Is it not going to happen? That's what our brain's trying to do. Okay. However, understanding that and really believing, like, from your core, because if you just think you're going to do it, but then you don't really believe it with every muscle, bone, fiber, segment, tendon, linden in your body, it's not going to happen. Now, that sounds interesting, doesn't it? I'll tell you that when you are working on a problem and you feel there's no way out of the problem, I have to tell you that things just sort of assimilate. Now, you might not know how or why they do, but I really believe the universe puts us in contact with people and situations that are going to help and improve our life, and it's going to give us our divine purpose. You may not know how this is going to happen, and it's okay. People in life, for whatever reason, get stuck. And they get stuck because of frustration. They get stuck because of frustration. And that frustration becomes like their kryptonite, right? We know Superman is the most one of the most powerful people in the world, but when his kryptonite is there, it's like he can't do anything. He can't do anything. Why? Because it's like you're forced to be in one spot and you can't change. So, how do you get over this? How does believing help you? So, when you believe something is possible, your brain just goes to work and it finds ways to make things happen for you. It finds ways to make things happen for you. Pretty interesting, isn't it? So, what is it that you believe makes a difference? I would say The most important thing about making a difference in your life is knowing that it's going to be a certain way in your life. Going to be a certain way in your life. And if something is a certain way in your life, then belief makes it happen. Now, you might say to me, John, I believe I can do this. Okay. But then it doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen because you really don't believe. You're kind of like cheating yourself. You've got to believe with every fiber of your body. And there's no cheating. Because if you kind of do it one day and then don't do it the other day, it's just not going to happen. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your effort, and it's going to be futile. You've got to believe in yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, guess what? Others are going to start to believe in you. And the journey of where you're going, you're already there in your mind. You're already getting that fame. You're already getting that extra money. You're already getting the relationship. You've already got it. You got it in the mind. And now let the universe create the orchestrations to place that into your physical life. You know, a lot of our fears become realities through imaginations, right? And if we don't have a vision, then we either stand still or we go backwards. You see, the conscious mind is the source of thought. The subconscious is the source of power. Subconscious mind will not go to any extra effort for those who do not believe in it. Theodore Simon Geoffrey. The work has to be done in your mind already. And when this happens, you already feel successful. So let me give you a tip. Maybe you had a sale recently, okay? And we'll just use an arbitrary number. Let's say it was $50,000. And you got that check. I want you to just think back of how you felt with that check in the envelope as you're walking to the bank or whatever you were doing. How'd you feel? Think about that feeling every day. And when you do that, you'll harness great power because the energy to bring things into your life is already here. You just need to figure out how to keep yourself motivated and keep believing. Does that sound cool? All right. So if we think about what things are, then I believe a lot will happen in your life. A lot will happen in your life. But belief is not something that just happens overnight. It takes time. It takes time. I think people get worried because they don't see what they're looking for immediately. And I'll tell you that you'll spend so much time trying to get your body in a way that you believe is going to be good for you. But you know what? You're getting yourself all worked up. You're getting yourself all worked up. I'll tell you that it makes a difference in your life. Okay? It makes a difference in your life. And when a difference in your life is made, then a lot happens. A lot happens. What does it mean to you to believe? How does one believe? People believe, and that gives them this sense, a sense of accomplishment, a sense that you have it already. You already have it. So, by you already having it, that must mean that you have the feelings of it already. So, you have the feelings of it already. And so, if you have the feelings already, then you probably are starting to create the environment for which that would take place. Somebody wants to become wealthy. You know what I tell them to do? Feel the wealth. Think about what you're going to do with the wealth. So, believing you can have it is the very first step. The belief causes things in the universe to just align for you. It causes the universe to align. And if the universe aligns, then I would tell you that you're basically on your way. Somebody might say to me, "Hey, John, how do I know the universe is aligning?" Well, have you ever went shopping and you believe there was going to be a parking space for you, right? And you get there. This happened to me last week, and I just said, "I know there's a spot. I know it's a full lot, but I know there's a spot for me." And you know what? When I got where I had to get to, I actually got a spot. I got a spot. It was exactly where I needed to be. What did I do? I will tell you that I actually pulled where I needed to be. Everything was full, but exactly where I needed to park, there was a spot right there, and I pulled in. I believe when we believe things can happen, they'll be that way. They'll be that way, ladies and gentlemen. They will be that way. And if they are that way, we think it's like magic. But belief has something to do with the forces in the universe. Now, people watching me probably think I'm crazy, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm telling you that this is stuff that is so incredibly amazing. I mean, really amazing. So, if you believe, is that enough, John? I'd say, yeah, it is. It definitely is enough. And so, if you just believe one time, then nothing's gonna happen for you. Nothing's gonna happen for you. Why? Because the universe doesn't culminate that quickly. It doesn't. And it doesn't culminate because in our lives, ladies and gentlemen, we right away are looking for something. But then when we don't see what we're looking for, we suddenly believe that it's not coming. And I want to tell you, it's not that it's not coming, it's that it's just not coming today. And it's not coming today. It doesn't mean it's never coming. It just means that it's not coming today. But guess what? It could come tomorrow. It could come next week. It could come next week. And by next week, I want to tell you that things can make a very, very powerful difference. Just that little bit of belief that I had inside me got me a parking space. That little bit of belief. And that little bit of belief made a huge difference in me getting a parking space. A huge difference. You might say to me, John, how could that even be? Well, I'm going to tell you how it could be. Because of my belief, because of what I knew in the universe, I knew there was a way. And it's it's like the universe kind of conforms to you. Okay? And by conforming to you, it's like saying, "Hey, I'm ready to do what you want, John. I'm ready to deliver what you want." Okay? I'm ready for that. Are you? And you might say to me, John, oh, this sounds crazy. Well, believe something, okay? And then tell me if it doesn't show up in your life. And if it shows up in your life, which it's going to, okay, I want you to think about how incredible that is. How incredible is that? I would say that when something is that incredible in your life, and when something it almost seems like magical. And you might say, John, the universe isn't magical, but what else is it? If we're empowering a force that maybe we don't know a lot about, right? So you're going to ask me this question, John, How does belief make the universe give us what we want? Your energy feels right. You feel your desires. You know the universe is loving you and it's giving you exactly what you want. Now, if you say to me, John, I want something, but you don't say it, you don't write it, you don't ask for it in your mind, you're not getting it. Why is it so hard for people to believe that belief, okay, belief, can change the quantum world? Quantum theory has changed the world. I could spend shows on that, but if we ask the world, what does the world think about quantum theory? It's really odd. Reality is what you choose it to be. Physicists have known quantums of light or photons will behave like particles or wave depending on how they measure it. Does consciousness change the rules of quantum mechanics? They can't quite verify it, but yet we know that if we look at the particles through a split experiment, we notice that if we observe it, one thing happens. But if we don't, something else happens. So this means that when we become in alignment with things, we actually shape our universe. We shape our universe. Every thought, every emotion has a vibrational frequency or wave. And quantum mechanics has told us time and time again that there are wave frequencies and they can be altered. The shape, the peaks, the valleys. Thoughts are very similar to sound waves. You can change thoughts. Okay? If we take a minute to think about the word relax, think about the word fear or safe. Sounds pretty easy. The trick is you have over 60,000 thoughts per day. In the basic world, where positive things have movement, you can have powerful impact changes in your life. So there's two levels of internal control, your perception and your response. When you feed your brain with that type of diet, it has to manifest. It has to come before you. And I could tell you that I'm living proof of that. Just suspend your disbelief. Because if you have disbelief, things start to move away from you. Hey guys, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic Tuesday evening into the wee hour, Monday evening into the wee hours of the Tuesday morning here at 12:17 a.m. Comment, like, love, support my video. Definitely. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to get you to change your life. Not because you have to, ladies and gentlemen, but because you want to. When you play around with life, things become interesting. They become interesting. How so? They become interesting because when we do this, we open up a whole new world for ourselves. A whole new world. But that world, ladies and gentlemen, does not change overnight. Now, does that mean we can't affect our thoughts? No, we can. Sometimes, if you've never done this before, it can take time for that to happen. Take time for that to happen. And if it takes time for that to happen, I'm going to tell you that your life has potential. Your life has potential. And if your life has potential, like I'm telling you about, then anything in the world is possible. Anything is possible. And so, if anything is that possible, then we can do a lot. We can do a lot. We can do a lot. And that lot that I'm talking about is so incredible because it all happens from our quantum energy. It happens from our quantum energy. And that quantum energy, ladies and gentlemen, can make an amazing, amazing difference in our lives. It can make a huge difference in our lives. Now, you might be saying, John, I have no idea what you're talking about. Thought makes the world go around. Thought makes the world go around. So if thought makes the world go around, then how is it that people believe that thought does nothing? It's because they see it as some thing that's far out. If you embrace it and accept it as something right here in the now, it could change your life. All right. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your morning or evening, depending where you're watching me from. Definitely catch me live by going to believemeachieve.com and seeing when my show airs for Good Morning Chicago Inspirations for Your Life. And then I also have a afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So check that out. I hope to see you, and maybe you'll be a guest calling into my show sometime. It is so great to be with you. We've got so much more to talk about. Belief is the cornerstone to why you will or why you won't achieve those dreams that you want to be goals. Have yourself a fantastic night, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.